So, have you guys ever been mad at someone for something they have done? Was forgiveness an option, or did you hold a grudge? Most of you go the route of being mad and holding a grudge. But have you guys sat back and analyzed the situation? What if the other person was not wrong for their actions, or they had different intentions? The result of being mad and holding a grudge is always negative and restricts you from a happier future. And that is what I'm going to be talking about today. People hold grudges against others due to past scenarios with no forgiveness. This leads to misunderstanding about the future. And the stories I'm going to be analyzing today are A Passage to India, which is a book, and a Punjabi movie called Gorya Nu Dafa Karo. Both of these stories are about the British ruling India. These stories show how being British or white automatically gave you power over the Indians. This gave Indians, and even some British, anger because they wanted equality and not a racial hierarchy. And now, if we look at the bigger picture, when we have a scenario where someone has done something to you that bothers you, or something that you don't like, you have to look at their intentions, their perspectives, and finally, you look deep down for forgiveness. Firstly, let's talk about intentions. When it comes to someone's actions, it's their intentions that really indicate to you whether it was a good decision or not. Intentions show you how a person was thinking. I'm not saying intentions are everything behind someone's deed, but intentions are reasons behind someone's actions. When people get mad, they perform certain acts that might not have been what they intended to. For example, if you and your friend get into an argument and you guys are really mad at each other, both of you are going to say stuff that you did not mean. By you holding a grudge, it only acts as a bigger impact on your life, which could then act as a potential stressor to you. As well, this stress could then impact your mental health. When someone mentally processes an act, their intentions are far more important than what they actually do. Intentions are primary sources of actions, whether you are aware of this or not. Secondly, we look at perspective. Perspective is all about putting yourself in another person's shoes. Your whole point of view changes with perspective. When grudges are held, the person does not think of anything else other than the current situation. But the process of analyzing the situation is very important. For example, when my parents would always restrict me from playing outside, I would get mad and not talk to them. But as I grew older, I realized that they didn't want me to play outside so late. Even though I was just playing basketball, they were looking out for my safety. Perspective also changes how you value another person's qualities. When you put yourself in another person's shoes, you learn that there is no racial levels in society, so everyone's equal. In my book, everyone from Britain was looking down at the natives of India. But there were certain British people that looked past race and put themselves in the native shoes. Lastly, we have the forgiveness of one's actions. Forgiveness is a major step to success. Our future is affected by how we act in the present. When we are upset about another's actions, we put a toll on our bodies, always having that stress or tension, or even that sense of revenge. But the outcome of these options are all negative, as you're digging your own grave. In my movie, revenge was a big factor for the Indians, but for one person in the household. He had realized that the thought of getting revenge was putting a toll on his family's health, so he tried ending the fight between India and Britain. When we forgive someone, that means we have mentally got stronger and overcame a mental barrier. If we look back at revenge, problems only escalate from no solutions being found. Also, our society looks at forgiveness, or even when you acknowledge that you're wrong, as a sign of weak. But in reality, it takes much more from within to forgive than it does to be mad. Because at the end of the day, when you forgive, it shows you that you are able to control your emotions. So, grudges are held because our emotions get the best of us. With looking at others' intentions, looking at their perspectives, and seeking forgiveness from within. With all these factors put together, we see how they work to control our emotions, and you learn how to forgive one another. Now, looking back at the big question, is holding a grudge your best option, or would you forgive others to benefit your future?